Hello everybody, I'm Rockman and welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog. For this time, we're going to the Spring Yard Zone, where it's filled with lots of springs and bumpers, which are fun. Not really, but still, fun. Now here I'm kind of dancing around and killing these buzz bombers because they can shoot through walls and they'll hit you once you go down these platform things. Now I should mention that these platform things are kind of iffy, where if you're like pushing up against them and they like slide against each other, that can crush you. I don't think it happens here, but it's happened to me multiple times before whenever I try playing this game, so just something to note. Beware of those. Also, there's a bunch of switches that can raise platforms like this. I'm pretty sure it's a one-way platform, so if you miss it, tough I guess. I didn't, so that was good. All kinds of crazy contraptions here. On, apparently. It's on, according to that sign. CPU. Lots of computery terms. But yeah. By the title of the zone, should be no surprise that springs are this place's gimmicks. Also, these oval things that I get stuck in, and have platforms just the right height where you have to jump at the right angle in order to get up to. Surrounded by spikes, which are annoying. But yeah. Like Marble Garden, this place is a lot about platforming and not so much about going fast. Like earlier in the zone, there's those guys there, and once again, be careful on these platforms, and things go slow and I get impatient and want to go through it faster. Unfortunately, they don't go faster. Yes, I know past me, it's very tedious waiting. But still, that's the end of the zone, so that's nice. Act 1 complete. Now onto the special stage. Or the special zone, whatever you want to call it. This one you just want to be patient, follow the rings, try not to fall aimlessly, and be patient. And this is just another special stage. I've talked about them to extent already, so what is there to say? Just follow rings and get Chaos Emerald. And you'll be good if I can do that, apparently not. Come on, you can do it. Yes, there you go. Yep, okay. Okay, there is the Chaos Emerald, we're good. Now we just have to not mess up and go into one of those side paths, and we should get the Chaos Emerald nice and dandy. If I could just do that, please. Come on. There we go. Chaos Emerald numero 5. Nice. And to continue. Not that I'll need it, but I have it, so that's good. Now for Act 2, it's more of the same. There's a lot of these drops with a bumper just blocking the way, so that's fun. Lots of multiple paths you can take here. I forget what path I took. I think I took the easy path. Or maybe I took the hard path. This looks like the hard path, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks pretty hard. Lots of these crab enemies. If you jump on top of them, they'll hurt you, so you want to roll into those ones. Got a hill here. You could roll down to go faster. You could just run down. No, I took the hard path. Okay. This is words. There's a separate path you can take like underneath the entire stage, which is quite a bit easier. You can also get all the rings you need to like get the Chaos Emerald, but there I'm trying to get a shield. Do I give up eventually? No? Hey, got it. Good job, past me. Now I can take a free hit and not have to worry about the consequences, unless it's over spikes. In which case, I'll suffer consequences. Gonna duck under that spike ball there, that's slowly moving back and forth. Pro tips. Oh, there's these Super Mario World-esque platforms there that I failed to jump on. Go in and out, and Of course that enemy, like, blindsides me. Jerk. I mean, I guess he's doing his job right, but still a jerk. And I think this is the end of the zone. Or act, not zone. And I just get the ring. Yeah, if you go off screen, you can jump back for a few seconds before you're forced back onto the screen, so that's something good to note. And the final special zone! The final Chaos Emerald! The gray one, or silver, whatever you want to call it. It looks more gray to me, but whatever you want to call it, suits your fancy. That's what you can call it. Go ahead, I'm not going to stop you. And this one's pretty simple, although at the same time not, because the Chaos Emerald's right there. No tricky platforms to go through, but because there's no tricky platforms, there's nothing to brace yourself on. So you just kind of fall. I think we had a similar Chaos Emerald to this, but in the end I get it, so all's well that ends well. Sonic got them all! Woo! Now we can turn to Super Sonic, right? No. Not in this game. Later games, sure, but not in this one. They're just a MacGuffin in this game that serve no purpose other than to waste time and get the quote-unquote good ending, which is pretty much the bad ending, except they say it's good, I guess. And I'm trying to get a shield again, of course. Good job. How long will it take before I lose this one? 2 seconds? 3? Maybe? No? Yes? One of these rising and lowering platforms. Once again, I have to stress, be careful, because they will crush you when you don't think they will. Not sure if we saw those crab crawler enemies attacks. They just walk around and shoot balls up. And if the balls hit you, they hurt, so don't get hit by them. There we go. I lost it. Although I have no consequence for losing any rings at this point, so other than potentially dying. Because I have the Chaos Emeralds, so since I have them all, I don't need to worry about getting 50 rings to the end, so good for me. Yeah, if I were to jump there, I would have died. And I jumped down here instead. Which I might as well have died. Good job. Good job. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's any special gimmick in Act 3. Oh, there we go. I mentioned earlier about jumping on those guys. They'll hurt, and they do hurt. I mean, you have these little bowls that you can jump into. There's the speed shoes. I'm not sure if we've seen those yet. They'll increase your speed by a bunch. I'm not sure if it's double or triple or whatever. Either way, it makes Sonic go fast in zones that have nothing to do with being fast. And I'm going to slowly go up the hill because momentum. And did that say cope or cape? I'm not sure. Just racking up this invincibilities, so we have no need to worry about dying. Although I should mention here, these moving platforms are over a bottomless pit, so if you get stuck underneath them, you will die. I didn't, and now we're at the boss. Now this boss, there's a bunch of blocks on the ground, and Eggman, he will drop down with a spike trying to hit you, grab a block, pick it up instead of you, and that will lower the places you can have to fight him. He moves from one side to the other, and once he hits the other side of the room, he'll come back, and then he'll use his spike, as shown, and I just stood there and took it like an idiot. And this boss is pretty simple. And he's done. Easy peasy. Piece of cake. And that Spring Yard Zone done. Fantastic. Act 3 complete. Ring bonus of 100. How pathetic. Although I don't really care much for points, but if you do, it's probably pathetic. And now for the best zone in the game, bar none. Labyrinth Zone. A water zone. Yeah! When you're in water, everything moves down to a crawl, and it slows everything down, and it is very enjoyable. Clearly, you know, having your controls ruined makes the game more fun, of course. Thanks 1991 Sega. You sure know how to make games good. Now while you're also underwater, if you're under there too long, you'll lose air and you can see little bubbles forming on the ground. Do I show it here? I think so. There we go. It'll play the infamous music that will cause you to have nightmares. And I got hit by that spike ball. So, yeah, lots of water. Got hit by the spike ball again. Good job. Genius. Do I grab the air again, or do I just tank through it? I think I just tank through it. Nope. And of course, I'm just sticking around. Yeah, this level. Very fun. That's this level in a nutshell. Very slow and very boring. You have these rising platforms, you want to jump upwards on them because on the other side there's spikes on the ceiling. You can just see it barely for a second. Those will hurt you. They might even crush you, I think. I'm pretty sure they just hurt you. There's these spears that rise and lower out of the ground. No matter if you touch them or not, they'll get hurt. Like if you walk into... Normally in spikes, if you walk onto them sideways, they won't hurt you. But with these, if you walk into them from the side, they will hurt you, so... And they're quite annoying because since water momentum is different, when you try to slow down to not run into them, you end up running into them, so... Amazing. There's these corks here. They'll rise into water and lower in water if it goes down. Some spikes there I couldn't really avoid easily because water physics. Yay. Sorry if I don't sound enthusiastic. It's just I'm not a big fan of Spring Yard or Labyrinth Zone. So also want to be careful there. If the water rises those corks, they will crush you, and that's not good. Some rings there, some more spikes, or spears, whatever you want to call them. Even if they're in the wall, they will hurt you if you touch the tips of them. But that's Labyrinth Zone Act 1 done. 3 minutes wasted. Or not wasted, I guess. Depends on how you look at it. 3 minutes I'll never get back, let's just say that. Now time for Act 2, which is more or less the same thing. More bad water physics. There's these waterfalls that don't really serve any purpose in this act. Would become a little more important in the next one, but in this one they're kind of inconsequential. There are those red Orbinaut enemies that will shoot their spike balls at you, and they'll hurt, so you want to wait for them to get rid of them so you can actually kill them. I think I mentioned earlier, you can drown while you're invincible, as shown there, although I get some water here. Or not water, I get some air in the water. Getting water while you're drowning isn't exactly the best thing. Up here you want to bounce on the spring, and you want to go up far, not jump into the spikes. There we go. There's a bunch of ring boxes around, I know which one to hit, and I miss what I'm supposed to do. If you break that specific ring box, there's a button. There's several different ones to fake you out. You want to hit that one, and come on. There we go. Nope. Yes. No. Jumping is a bit weird, but what can you do other than continue jumping? And I jump into that spike ball thing. But I get an invincibility, so it's all good. Now we can just run through here and not worry about those spikes without consequence. Other than drowning, which I might do actually, I'm not sure. There's some pillars that will fall if you stand on them. There's only like 2 or 3 in the entire zone though, so... And of course at the last second, I get hit by that. After I lose my invincibility, of course. And oh god! I'm drowning! Oh no! Do I get air? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, got it. That's... oh. 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 Yeah. Barely survived just to die. Such a sad existence, Sonic Hedgehog. First death. I think that's the only one I get, though. I did have to use save states in order to get the Chaos Emerald, I will say that, but once I got them all, I didn't really care much for death, so... Mostly because getting 50 rings to the end is kind of annoying, so... Not today, or not. I got air this time. Just want to be careful and not get hit by that spike ball and chain, and this time... Just gonna crouch underneath those. And now we're farther than before. Yay, progress. And once again, the very infamous clock down music. If I'm giving any of you like post-traumatic stress disorder or whatever, I'm sorry. I don't mean to bring back any bad memories. That's just how this game works. But with that done, Act 2 is completed. Now onto the final act, the boss act. Yeah. Starting off, you have some grounders. And you have some more waterfalls. Now these waterfalls are a bit more important. These go infinitely. What you want to do is you want to spin dash on them, and that can be kind of annoying. If you don't, you'll miss your jumps. As you can hear though, there though, you can hear the spin dash noise, even though you don't see the animation. Sometimes you push down and it works, sometimes it doesn't, and the exit closes off on you. Good job for showing that, ask me. But yeah, those waterfalls are a bit weird. But I think that's the end of them. There's some more spears. You want to be careful not to jump into them. You can jump in between them though. Grab some air before I run out of it. And yeah, do I wait for some more? Yes, I do, because it's right there. Good. And that's this act in summary. Or this zone. At least until the boss shows up. It's just trying to keep air and not die, which is, I guess, every zone. You have some spikes there, want to be careful. So you can push up against these ones, but not those spear ones. So, I think I said that earlier. Or at least tried to, but mumbled my words. Got some grounders, just want to jump on top of them, and I think we want to go onto that conveyor belt. If we jump all the way to the right, invincibility, which will make this much more easier. Push that button, open that door. Push another button, open this door. Once again, you can drown while you're invincible, so keep that in mind. Just because you're invincible doesn't mean you're really invincible. Thankfully there was air just as I was about to lose my air, I guess, words. Gotta love those water physics. Gonna wait for more air here, come on, thank you. There's another shield there if you need it. Might as well grab some air again. Now here you have some platforms with some spike balls. You want to jump on past them while they're not in your way, because if they are, you'll get hit. No duh. And there's not much to talk about this zone anymore. You can see everything I'm doing on screen. You don't really need me to talk over it. I'm gonna try though. Gosh darn it, I'm gonna try. There I'm trying to tap to the beat again, poorly. The boss should be up soon, I think. Those grounders just completely missed me, or I missed them. Depends on how you look at it. Oh, here, there's water. The farther you go to the right, the more it'll rise. If you miss those corks, if you go to the left, the water will lower again. So that's something to note. So if you miss them and you think, oh gosh, I'm going to drown because I can't get to those corks because they're risen, just go to the other side of the room and you'll be fine. That's something to talk about. No, I didn't show it off, duh. Okay, now time for the boss, which isn't so much a boss, it's more of a chase. Eggman's running away from you, you want to chase after him. Or show it if you touch the spikes, not from the tip, you'll get hurt still. You want to be careful here because everything's trying to kill you and water's rising. And if it rises too much, there's no air for you to grab, so you'll be out of luck. You'll have whatever you went into the water with, like here. Thankfully, it's the end of the act once it caught up, so everything's all good. And that's it for this part. So, until next time, goodbye.